I just heard about it last night.
So you just came over here today?
Today,
Okay.
yes. Luckily, my people that work for me come in and work for me free today, and helps to, their little way so I could come and search. I didn't have to pay them to work.
Tell me about the moment when you heard out there. What were you doing? You were walking a field or walking? What were you doing?
We sat down for a few seconds.
Had sat down?
Yeah.
And where were at? In a field?
Yeah, we were out in a field.
What kind of field?
This one was just like a prairie.
Okay.
Pasture. And we crossed over a fence, and then they halted us, so we stood there for a little bit.
So you got up from having rested and crossed over a fence?
No, we were standing there in the prairie when they
Okay.
halted us.
Uh-huh.
And then we kept on walking, and then we crossed the fence.
Uh-huh.
And once we crossed over the fence, then they halted us again, that they possibly had an area.
So you had just got up from a rest,
Yeah.
and then crossed over a fence,
Right.
and we're about to start on another field.
rest, yeah.
Another
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
When they stopped you,
Stopped us again.
and then who said they had found a body?
We just heard them on the radios. All of our team leaders, have radios, so we was kind of hearing a little bit on them. That they
What was
had a
the phrase
possible
you
thing.
heard?
Oh my
Did you hear a
God.
specific phrase?
Oh my God, they found her. Thank God they found her, but
Who said that? Oh my God.
I
they
did.
found her. Oh. But what was the phrase you heard on the radio?
oh,
Anything?
in the phrase, they had a possible, I think it was a possible find, or I can't remember what it was. There's so much, you're tired, you're hot, there's a lot going through your mind, and then one of the other fellas I think he's related, or he's just a real close friend, he was out on his horse, and he passed out, because he's a real dear friend, and they had ice packs on him, and took him off his horse and had him laying on the ground. And I think that, when he found out, when he heard too, it hit him, and he just lost control.
It was kind of a demoralizing moment
Yeah.
for y'all, right?
Yeah, didn't get to meet the little girls, but James talked about the time I didn't meet James, which is the daddy. All he could talk about was his girls, his daughters. He and I talked for a long time about his babies. His daughter's this, his daughter's that.
You only got to meet James once?
About 3 times.
Okay, so you said the times I did get to meet James?
Yeah.
He was all about his daughter?
Always about his daughters. That's all he'd always think about, was his girls.
First day was all the way through the night. Be proud of yourself. You guys worked hard. We all work together. You guys are a community. On behalf of myself, my team leaders, Barton County, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, my name is Mike Watson with the Missouri State Highway Patrol. I'm one of our public information and education officers. At approximately 1:50 p.m. this afternoon, in a rural area outside Golden City, Missouri, a body was located by law enforcement. Currently, the identity is unknown, and the process of identification may take up to 24 hours. The investigation continues to be ongoing, and we are encouraging the public to report any tips, as little as they may seem, to the Martin County Sheriff's Department at 417-682-5541. It is still, they're still working at the scene, and again, I can't discuss anything as far as the investigative process. We are going to continue the investigation as the leads come in, and they still come in. We are going to still stay here and continue the investigation. I know they've had a great number of leads, and based on the investigative process, and I won't go through exactly how that was all located, but I will just tell you it's through the investigative process. I know that the family has been visited with by law enforcement. As far as the details of that conversation, I do not know.